It was supposed to be a celebration of diplomacy. The year was 2017. The setting was Versailles. French President Emmanuel Macron had invited Russian President Vladimir Putin to one of the most symbolic palaces in Europe. Cameras flashed. Journalists crowded the halls. Historians could hardly have imagined a more fitting stage for a discussion about the long relationship between France and the East. Then, unexpectedly, a woman who had been dead for nearly 1,000 years entered the conversation. Her name was Anna of Kyiv, and within a few seconds, a medieval queen became the center of a modern geopolitical dispute. Speaking about the historical roots of relations between France and Russia, Putin pointed to the marriage between Anna, daughter of Yaroslav the Wise, and King Henry I of France. Then came the phrase. He referred to her as a Russian princess. To many listeners, the statement sounded perfectly reasonable. After all, Anna came from the East. Russia is in the East. Case closed. But history is not a geographic quiz, and this particular shortcut concealed almost 1,000 years of political transformation. What appeared to be a harmless historical reference was in fact a carefully chosen narrative. Calling Anna of Kiev a Russian princess is not merely a historical inaccuracy. It is like calling Cleopatra Italian because Rome eventually ruled Egypt. It takes a later political reality and projects it backward onto a completely different world. Putin's description contained a subtle substitution. Anna was indeed the ancestor of many historical traditions that later developed across Eastern Europe. But she was not a Russian princess. She was a princess of Rus, born in Kyiv, daughter of Yaroslav the Wise. If one insists on using modern national terms, Ukrainian princess would be geographically and historically far closer to reality than Russian princess. After all, Anna's homeland stood on the Dnipro, not the Moskva River. Anna lived in the 11th century. The Russian Empire did not exist. The Russian Federation did not exist. Even the state known as Russia did not exist. The political world she knew was centered on Kyiv, one of Europe's largest and most influential cities. When Anna was born, Kyiv was already a major center of power. Moscow had not yet appeared on the historical stage. The first known mention of Moscow would come years later. Yet in a single sentence spoken at Versailles,